Hi there. Today is the 24th of August, 2020. It's Monday. And um, I just want to talk a little bit about what's been going on recently. I don't really remember the last time I did one of these videos. It's probably a long time ago, and I haven't been really uploading them since the Wi-Fi in my apartment sucks. I can barely receive them on my phone when I'm in my room. You know, so but I can still receive them on my computers and stuff. So if it break, I fix it. I thought about calling them, but they're AT&T, so it's not probably gonna help. Anyways, so I'll just talk about a few things that happened recently. So about a week ago, I finished writing all the write-ups of my project. I have finished two before, and then that took me like a week and a half to write the last one. So I sent them to Ned, and hopefully he'll get on them, as soon as possible, which is not likely because he's in the hospital now, pretty bad shape. You know, I don't know. I should be focusing on graduation. Writing thesis, asking for people to be a reader of my committee, scheduling pre-defense, and scheduling defense, and at the same time probably looking for a postdoc position. All that kind of stuff. Also, I have a exam on December, the CFA Level 2 exam, so that's kind of important too. Although I feel like it's really hard, and I'm not really in a mood to study for that. you know it's yeah, I'll do my best. I'll give myself like 2 months to really study for it, and then I'll give it my best shot. So that's pretty much about it when it comes to academic, work life thing. uh Still, we're in the middle of a pandemic. New York State has doing better than in the beginning. We're the most seriously affected state in the nation or in the world in that matter. And now we're like, I think California is worse than us. Florida is certainly worse than us. What else? Or no, there's another state. Texas is worse than us, and also another state that I can't really remember. So we're currently at the fifth most affected state in the United States. So if you look at the sheer numbers, it's still pretty bad. But if you only look at the increasing, the new cases every day and the new death every day, it's still scary by any standard, but it's getting better. One of the things that I find so interesting is that, excuse me. Yeah, as I was saying, one of the things I really find interesting is that if you give someone hell, and then you give them like a lighter hell, like still really bad treatment, but it's not as bad as what you give them before, then they actually feel, wow, this is not so bad. I can take it. It's good. It's all about comparison. It's like you just ate a pile of shit, metaphorically or literally, I don't know. And then they give you some, really bad food, something you would have thrown away if you like live a normal day, but at the time you would think, wow, this is I was trying to think of a metaphor for really good food, but I don't have any. Like one of those 5-star restaurants food or whatever. Anyway, so actually, based on the experience I've been going out recently, people are not that worried. A lot of people on the streets right now. The restaurants are closed, but they have those tables outside of the restaurants, so a lot of people are eating there without their masks, of course. Oh wow. Some crazy people have one of those masks where they have a like a zipper on the mask, where when you eat, you open it, you put the food in your mouth, and you close it and you chew. It's pretty ridiculous and crazy. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. I've seen it on news though. Anyway, I feel like New Yorkers are taking this a little bit too, a little bit, wait, a little bit not that seriously. It's like not serious enough right now because there could be a second wave. The country has seen a second wave. Why not New York, right? I don't know. But I feel like at a certain point, the need to social, the need to go out and see the world, the need to not confine yourself in a fucking apartment trumps the fear of death. Not to mention that the death rate for this disease is like 1%, which is really high for a widely spread virus. But applying to individuals, they're probably not going to be that scared of it. It's like 1%, you know, whatever. So, so that kind of mentality certainly affected me as well because actually I was out with a girl yesterday in Manhattan. I met someone online through the app, you know, the one Coffee Meets Bagel. I've used that before in early February or late January this year, and you know the story. I had like I met with two girls on 2 dates, and the first one didn't really go well. It went fine, but you know she actually texted me like twice, wanted to have a second date, but I didn't really follow through. And the second one, I was kind of into her, and then we went out for like 2 months. I made a lot of mistakes, so it didn't really, you know, have any results. And that was, you know, probably April, and it took me 4 months to recover myself. I feel like it's adequate, you know. It's like twice as long as the time you've been going out. You need that amount of time to really get yourself out of it. Because you're not a fucking robot. You need time to really tell yourself it's okay. You know, it's not your fault or whatever. You know, you can, you know, that kind of crap. Yeah, because funny, I was just telling my roommates the other day when we were having like a little tea party or something. Not tea party, not the political party that's called tea party. It's the one that we have. Well, we don't really have teas. We have you know, beef jerkies and fruits and wine, and we just sit around and talk, you know, chat about stuff, and then we have a little bit of poker game later. And I was like, you know, I'm so damaged. I'm so hurt, and I don't think I have the ability to, you know, go out with people and then start possibly a new relationship anytime soon. And then literally the next day I was going out with that girl I met online. They went well, I think. Well, it's relatively well, considering there's so many restrictions out. You can't really go to a restaurant to eat. We actually, I picked her up at the train station because she lives in New Jersey, and we have to go to one of those parks to order something because they have, like I said, they have these tables outside of the restaurant where you can sort of have food there. And then after we had some food, we also had the cake from the Lady M factory or whatever. It's pretty good. I've been, you know, buying it since the first time I know about it in the party. Then, well, that was pretty stupid of me because I thought we could visit the High Line, which is sort of like the west-south side of Manhattan. It's a pretty good view, but I dragged her all the way there. Okay, I'm really sorry for that, but it turns out the entrance on 34th Street, or wait, 42nd Street is closed. Wait, I think it's 42nd Street. I don't know. I don't remember. It's closed. So if you want to you know, visit the High Line, we have to go all the way down to 23rd Street, and then, you know. Anyway, she couldn't take it because, you know, it's really hot outside, and it's a long walk, and then I understand that. I was really tired as well, evidenced by after I got home, I was like, oh, this is too, you know, energy sucking. So, but anyway, she's not like really, she's really understanding. That's the thing. You know, you have those people who assumes or who take it for granted that you, as a guy, who should be taking care of everything, you know, where we go to eat, how the food is and how the schedule is. Everything has to work out perfectly because it's your fucking responsibility. And I understand that kind of mentality and that kind of thinking, and I agree with it in some respect, which is why I feel really guilty because I didn't really schedule the day really well. But the girl I met yesterday was really understanding, so I like that. And later we kind of took a cab to Washington Square Park. Well, I wanted to test if I can get into the building, the chemistry building at NYU, because they recently shut it down and they required everybody to submit a negative COVID test in order to re-grant you the access. I submitted the test and I got a confirmation email saying, oh, your test was good, but I still don't have the access. So we ended up sitting in one of those chairs in Washington Square Park and chatted for a while. Well, I asked a lot of inappropriate questions, like those kind of questions you wouldn't ask in the first date. But that's the kind of person I am. I feel like it's obviously the best situation would be the best situation would be you are a mature person who knows what you're doing and knows what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, and not do those things you're not supposed to do, right? That's the best situation, of course. But I'm not that kind of person. I'm like a very immature, naive, trying to look for more words to describe myself. Immature and just childlike, overly sensitive, insecure, that kind of person. So I feel like since I can be one of those top tier guys, I have two choices. First is try my best to hide what I am, and the second choice is be honest. I feel like honesty is the best answer. So I just feel like I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm sure there are better ways to handle it, but I'm pretty much just tell her about what I feel about relationships and marriage and like long-term stuff, that kind of thing. Hopefully it didn't scare her off. I don't know. If it does, then so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. I still believe that honesty is a pretty good solution to everything, because in the future I want to have like a complete, honest, and mutual trust relationship with my wife. The kind of person you can share everything with, and you don't have to hide even one bit of yourself in front of her. So I figured if that's what I want, I should try to do that in the very beginning. So let's hope for the best. I'll probably ask her for a second date, tomorrow, or day after that. I don't think I should contact her today, because it's too eager. It seems too eager, and I've been on the not receiving. I've been making mistakes like that, specifically the last one, and pretty much I feel like straightforward. There's nothing wrong with straightforwardness. That's what I used to think. If you go out with someone and you don't really feel like a connection, you don't really like her, you just shut down completely. I wouldn't really just to keep someone as a backup, just because I don't really have anybody better at the time. I wouldn't do that. So either I really like someone, I don't want something more out of the relationship, so I become really forward and giving a lot of pressure to the girl, or I just don't engage anymore. So I realized that that's not really the best thing to do. You can't treat it as some kind of robotic program. Dating is a very complicated thing. So I don't know. Eventually I'll figure it out. I'm sure of that. Or find someone who like me enough to kind of be okay with my mistakes on that front. I think the latter has more possibility than the first. I don't know. Anyway, so I think it was around 5 p.m. I wanted wait. Yeah, we went to the train station and I saw her off. That was pretty much it. Yeah, I feel like no matter where this, relationship, whether there's gonna be a relationship or no, where it's gonna end, and I'll still be remembering, in the middle of the pandemic, I actually had the guts to ask someone out, and then she said yes. So we have, so it was a wonderful day, no matter how the consequences are gonna be. All right, we'll see how that goes. And and she's really pretty. That's the thing. And she's tall enough. I prefer relatively tall girls, like 165 centimeters and above. That's a good thing. I mean, I understand how some guys, like, I'm not short. I'm like 180, and some people in my height would prefer, girls below 160, which makes them to seem like small and vulnerable and cute and whatever. I just feel like, it's not really my thing. I'm looking for a wife, a life partner, someone I can, experience stuff with, someone I can, work out things with, not like a puppet or a pet. Okay, I know that's really unfair, but it's not like I'm making this public or anything. Actually, I do. I probably will end up uploading these on YouTube, and nobody's gonna watch them. It's like I said, one of those things I can look back, if there's a YouTube in 50 years or me in 50 years, and laugh about it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you. Life is pretty boring still. Oh, so I was having lunch. I wanted to have lunch today, and then I realized that I had two beef burgers, leftover beef burgers from Costco, and they all like gone bad already. There's fungus growing on top of them. It's disgusting. I mean, I don't understand. They're plastic sealed, which means there's not supposed to be oxygen inside of the seal unless the seal is not perfect. So why would there be fungus? Oh my god, it's just such a waste of food. So I threw them away. Yeah, that pretty sucked. Sucked pretty much at me. So today is the 24th. Oh, by the way, tomorrow, the 25th of August, is actually the Valentine's Day, and the Chinese Valentine's Day. So the tale was, there was this guy who's like a kind of a pervert. He was like, chopping trees or picking up herbs someday in the woods, and then he, accidentally noticed a very beautiful woman bathing herself, and he was kind of being a pervert and just, watching, which is, say whatever you want. It's not really something what a gentleman should do, and they end up being together. But it turns out the woman was like an angel or something, the equivalent of angel in Chinese methodologies. So they can't be together, and it's forbidden by whatever the rule is at the time. But they really love each other, and so their love story was so moving, and it got the people upstairs, in heaven or whatever, to agree that they can meet one day every year, and at a day, some kind of bird would fly, all accumulate together and flying together to form a bridge, so they can meet together, and that day would be the Chinese Valentine's Day. Here's what I think about this story. First of all, you also know the rule about when there's one day passed in the sky or in the heaven, a year will be passed on the ground, right? So obviously the tale is telling to the general public, which is us living on the ground. So 1 year is actually just one day on heaven. So that girl gets to meet with this guy every fucking day. All right, like I don't think most of us can do that even these days. So I don't really see how miserable those people are. They get to see each other every day. I mean, at least the girl does, and the guy probably don't like it to see the girl every day, so once a year is probably enough. That's really cynical, by the way. So yeah, and Also the bird forming a bridge, but you're connecting someone from the ground and the heavens, so the bridge is vertical. It's like a ladder somehow. But how does that work? Is a wall? It's like a building a wall with bird. Even Donald Trump wouldn't have that kind of idea. So, the reason I mentioned the Chinese Valentine's Day is because I did make a mistake on February. The girl I was dating before, and I kind of liked her, and I was like making this really inappropriate move to ask her out on a Valentine's Day, because she felt like, well, it's too special of a day. I can't really go out with you, and I don't really want to talk about her with her. I would say 60% of the experiences and memories wasn't really that great with her. But still, I learned my mistakes. Probably not gonna do anything too forward and inappropriate tomorrow. No, we'll see. I always surprise myself in a bad way. Oh, speaking of Donald Trump, it's already the end of August, and the general election of presidency would be on the 3rd of November, which is you have September, you have December, right? 3 days in November, so it's like 70 days until the presidential election. And if you look at the polls right now, I just looked at it today actually, Biden has a average of 7.6% lead on Donald Trump. In any other election with only 70 days left, a lead that big would be pretty much impossible to overcome. But Donald Trump has done impossible things before. In 2016, he actually beat Hillary Clinton. When the media and everybody pretty much projected Clinton's win way before the election was held. So, that kind of made it a little bit more interesting. Otherwise, nobody would be paying any attention to it. I mean, it's a 7.6 lead on presidential fucking election. Personally, I hate Trump. Not really because it's, my understanding is that a person so vile, so disrespectful, so stupid, so narcissistic, so everything Trump, it shouldn't be the president of any nation. That's against what I've been told. It's like it's like if I live in 500 years ago, I see one of those emperors were just fucking stupid, and he's the emperor just because his father was. I wouldn't feel right. I feel like, no, that's not how it was supposed to be working. So I hate Donald Trump on that front, mostly. His policies are not that good either, but I don't think any president of the United States policy would be good for me. So that's like, it's not a particularly reason to hit him. And Joe Biden is, I support Bernie Sanders, as as I've spoken in previous videos, and Joe Biden is like, a lesser of two evils, since he eventually won the Democratic nomination for president, which is kind of fucked up because I believe Obama called Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar and who else? Elizabeth Warren, one of those, all those people before the Nevada caucus. Wait, not Nevada. I forgot. But before the caucus where Biden actually started to lead, and Obama called them and say, "Hey, you guys should drop out and then support Biden. In return, I'll guarantee you to have some kind of important position in the new government Biden's forming, because Biden's my bitch." Pretty much. And that's where Bernie got screwed up. Anyways, that's the past now. So I hope Biden will win. At least he's trying to be presidential. He's not always be. He sometimes stumbles, but Trump is a much worse choice. That's how long has it been? 24 minutes. Jeez, I sure speak a lot. Okay, I'll let you know what's going on when I decided to do one of these videos again. Peace.